Are we still muted? Okay, so just do the transition and cut to the tables. I guess we have to live with that. Okay.
Yo, guys, welcome to the first Team Wars week of the season. I'm your caster, HidekiBro. This is my first time casting myself a Team Wars game, and today I am joined by Zarex, the one that's make sure that everything goes right in the league. What's up, bro?
What's up, you guys? I'm glad that I could join you in your first stream, Hideki. It's an honor. So
I'm so
let's just
ex-
do our best.
I'm so excited, man. Like honestly, it's like my first stream for the league, and it's on the main channel.
Yeah, it's
Like
it's pretty exciting. It's pretty huge.
it
I'm
is
not gonna
pretty
lie.
huge. Like I'm kind of nervous a bit. Normally, normally I just go in, as a co-caster, something like that. But now
Yeah,
now I'm in charge, so now I have to make sure everything goes smoothly. So it's gonna be fun, man. I'm excited, and I'm also excited for the match, Tier Zero against the Unforgiven. Uh, so we have the rosters today. Uh, both solid rosters from both teams. We have for Tier 0 Tom Videlsen, Jason, Chris, the negative one, and MA. And for the Unforgiven, we have Sorton, Flash, Marcom, Overload, and Andre. And the starting player for both teams are Tom Videlsen and Sorton.
yeah. Tier Zero bringing the usual stacked lineup, while the Unforgiven they brought the new players they added in the off season. I think only Soraton is an old player, or maybe Flash too. I'm not sure, but I see a lot of new faces, so I'm excited to see them play. Let's see what they can do against a top tier team like Tier Zero.
Exactly.
So,
And without further ado, let's just jump right into the game.
yeah, let's get it. So it's gonna be Tom V. Delson, aka Tommy Books, against Soraton, Japanese clapper.
Alright, so we have Bandit Keith versus Yusei Fudo. Probably we can expect from Bandit Keith Thunder Dragons, and it is indeed Shiranui, and that there was a turn one pass from Tom Videlson immediately, so we can expect that he might have some hand protection, as he's pretty comfortable, I guess, or he just bricked really hard.
Most likely has a hand trap, Karibo or something, or the artifact. Yeah, he has the artifact. It's a prismatic one.
And also from Sorton, a pretty strong start going into turn 1 Sun Saga with the level augmentation. Definitely something really hard to deal with, as it has protection in the graveyard.
Yeah, Tom doesn't gonna need something like a Bryonic to deal with it, or an Econ. He only has one back row, so it shouldn't be that hard to play through it. Oh, and the Lancia.
Oh, we see an Lancia immediately from Sorton, meaning he won't be able to banish any light or dark monsters. So no Dragon Roar or no Levianeer. So that limits him in his place, and that means he only can set and pass. Wow.
Yeah, that's huge. No Gold Sark, no Levinier, no Duo, nothing. That's pretty tough for Tom doesn't here.
Indeed.
But the game is still on. He can still, he's still in. Oh, and another Squire. Those cards in his hands might be bricks or multiple hand traps, so he might survive this turn.
Yeah, I don't think he would be a he would um, keep going unless Indeed, he has some hand traps, but we do see the archery zombie skull
Oh,
and no hand traps. Nothing.
oh, that's a pretty bad break from Tom
Oh
Dozen.
my. Oh my. So for the Unforgiven taking the first game and Sorton leading them 1-0. Just taking off a deck from Tommy Dalton.
So I'm pretty sure Tom is not going to repeat this. I've seen him play Dark Magicians many times. So if his second deck is Dark Magician, he's just gonna go with that.
Yeah, that will be ideal. So we do see Yusei Fudo coming in.
Oh, so it's a Shiranui mirror,
Ooh,
most likely.
so it's basically the first person who opens Squire wins. Or that's also a pretty good solid start from Sorotan, Solitaire into level 2. I actually sometimes like that even more than going into Squire, because you would have easy access to level 8 next turn. Yeah, thank you guys, thank you.
Yeah, it does make your follow-up plays better.
Yeah, so sometimes
Oh,
I,
it's the
I do
Kaiku.
prefer.
So this is most likely, yes, a Dark Magician deck with the ties that binds.
Ooh. So he did open with Kaiku. Normally you wouldn't you don't like seeing open Kaiku in your hand, but in this matchup it's actually huge. So unless Sorter can deal with the Kaiku, he won't be able to banish from the graveyard.
Tommy,
Or
though, you just have to click on his name and there's a window which says mute, and you immediately mute him for 10 minutes.
Rip Fires in the chat. Alright, so he did have the navigation going into double Dark Magician. He will be able to negate one back row next turn. So already looking pretty grim for. Oh
And the needle sealing,
my god, the needle sealing.
the
Oh
Japanese
my.
deck.
Wow, that's a trap I didn't expect to see. Not only did he
Untra-
deal with the Kaiku, also with the Dark Magicians as well. So no negations, nothing.
yeah, it's actually pretty good because if you get your Sun Saga on the board, it's unaffected by needle sealing because you can just remove cards from the grave.
Yeah, that's also true. It does synergize with.
Yeah, and you can just get cards into the graveyard more easier. So yeah, it's pretty good tech. I like it. On the other
So
hand, Tombi doesn't finally guess the circle, but he ended up doing nothing.
yeah, he had no further plays from the circle. That's not looking good at all. He goes Sorton. Wow, going really fast right now. Goes into Sun Saga, and with no Sphere Kuribo in a hand or any form of hand protection, that is game.
Yep.
Alright, so he summons Kazuki, dumping any zombie monster from the deck to the graveyard. Not like it really matters. And it was a face down Lancia.
And you can
And
see Tombi doesn't express his rage in the Twitch chat in the game. He just got outskilled by bricks.
oh my. So Tom Fidelsen going 0-2 in his first team week, or first team was week, and Unforgiving leading 2-0. Very nice played by Soratan. Let me update
Yeah,
the
yeah.
score.
Need listening tech.
That is 2-0. And I need to get used to navigating through the overlay, so bear with me guys, I'm still a noob.
Yeah, cut him some slack. If he does something wrong, it's fine. It's his first team versus team.
Alright, so that's that.
Okay, so we are waiting for Tier Zero to bring his bring their second player. Let's see who we have here. -1, MA, Jason, or Chris. I
So
think it's gonna be -1 with Dark Magicians.
yeah, definitely Dark Magicians is the favorable deck to counter Shiranui. Also, Sabers is not too bad of a um, of a matchup either, but Lancia can be quite dangerous. So yeah, probably Dark Magician would be the safest option. But as you can see, if any indication from Tom's game, matchups don't matter if you don't open your combo in case of Dark Magician combo.
Yeah, but it's pretty consistent, so you should be getting that combo most of the time. So it's pretty heartbreaking to see him brick twice in a
Yeah,
row,
yeah,
but it
definitely.
happens.
It happened, exactly. Oh yeah, Sorton's score as well. 2-0. Alright, so we see tier 0 Jason. Let me spectate real quick while I'll just edit the overlay. Um, what can we expect from him? So it is indeed a no more can resist deck, probably Dark Magician. Jason. Alright, again, Sorton going with the turn 1 Sun Saga. Like lawful augmentation helps you so much getting out that first turn so consistently. So already a pretty hard turn to deal with for Jason. So Cyclone onto Cyclone, negating the normal that can resist, and
Yeah, it's
another Cyclone.
interesting. So no more counterplay from Soratun here in this turn.
So he banishes the needle ceiling, which we saw last game.
Yeah, it's so bad when you activate the Cyclone in response just to play around that no mortal can resist, and you still get no mortal can resist over the
Exactly.
second Cyclone.
Exactly. So Jason opening with the circle and a rod, pretty ideal. He only
Yeah,
needs a Dark Magician to finish off the combo, ending with
yeah.
two
Unlike
back row.
Tom, yeah, that's a huge swing in tempo for Jason here. He can just banish that Sun Saga anytime he wants.
Opted not to attack, which is interesting from Sorotan. But it doesn't matter anyway because he has the combo. He most likely will banish the Sun Saga.
Yeah, this
And
is a game on board.
yeah, this is game. He will be able to negate any back row unless that face down is something like a Hein Kappa.
Or a Raiko.
Or a Raiko, mailing your Shiranui to the graveyard.
Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, they deserved that win.
Oh yeah.
Definitely deserved.
Alright, so Sorton losing his first deck. Oh, wrong.
Okay, so 2-1.
2-1. Jason putting tier 0 on the scoreboard. Alright, so let's see what the second deck of Sorton is. You expect to be counted by Dark Magician, so the second deck should be something to able to defeat Dark Magician. So it is both Ishizu, so we can expect a mirror, and it is indeed a mirror. Opening with the prismatic dark magician's rod, going into the
That's
circle.
interesting pairing.
Yeah, it's
Because as you said, you expect to get countered by DM, so that's strange. But
exactly. Normally, I would expect a deck like maybe Cyber Dragons or potentially Heroes as the second deck, but I guess they were comfortable with the mirror. They were like taking the risk, and let's see how this turns out. So
okay,
Jason
so
open.
looking good for Soratan. Opens, goes first with the combo. Always has the advantage.
Exactly. And going first in the mirror is always like so strong. So he will be able to banish the back row or the circle if he wants to. I'm not gonna coach.
Yeah, just a single back row. So there's nothing in his field that can potentially trigger the illusion from his hand survive. So this is pretty much GG.
Yeah. And Sorton taking another life from tier 0, making the score 3-1.
Hey, at least it's a fast war. Things going fast, so
Yeah,
I can
I
I
was I was watching which game? Diffusion against Armada's army. I like the amount
yeah.
of Cristrons. Oh my god, the game took so long.
I don't worry, we're gonna see Chris Rounds today.
Um, I don't know, man. I think both of these teams have some Cristron players in the team, so we might expect Cristrons for sure.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear it. I thought
No
you said
problem.
didn't expect. Uh, Jason also uh, has a life.
Okay, so here comes the first Chris Round deck, most likely.
Okay.
SSA Chris Rounds.
Okay. SSA Cristrons. That is. I think the mirror actually worked out for Unforgiven because SSA Cristrons. Uh,
Yeah, you can just banish the Yumi.
yeah, and that would already shut down like one of the core strategies of the deck. And not to mention no model can resist that will further disrupt your graveyard. So this is already looking quite bad for Jason here.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Jason had no option to repeat since he won his first game, so not a lucky start for Tier 0, I must say.
I agree.
But still, and this is just like, what's the score?
It's 1-3 right now for the Unforgiven.
Still everyone's game.
All right, so he did open with the Sylvanir, discarding the Smyger into the graveyard. He will be able to special summon any Cryston monster from his deck in Diva's position, and he opts to go for the for the I can never pronounce his name, Pressiodal or
Just say
something.
turtle.
Yeah, just say turtle. That's Alright, so Sorton's response is activating the navigation, banishing most likely the Crystron monster.
So
Uh, yeah.
I see some fams in the chat.
Uh, I mean, of course, you're the Zarex, the one that makes sure that the league is running smoothly.
Stop Hideki, I'm blushing.
People blush. Alright, so he ends with a Ryan in the back row. Most likely gonna be. It could be a Umi, or I mean a Sea Self deck, or a Impact. But doesn't matter because,
Yeah, medication. So
yeah.
Wayne fuming in the chat.
Yeah, Ryan does indeed save the day because he will just be able to Synchro Summon from the Banish Pile and putting all the special summoned monsters in defense from Sorton's side. So he
Yeah,
attacks with the illusion.
yeah, he can make a level 5 synchro here.
Wait, I think I forgot to put a in-game music on. No, never mind. Alright, so Amatrix effect not gonna activate because illusion is 2500 and you would have no way of getting over it unless he has an impact. So he will keep it in attack. Very nice play from Jason.
Yeah, and impact will just be negated anyway. So
Exactly.
what do we have here from Soraton? He has a negation in the graveyard and 2 back row.
Alright, so Jason going with the usual Crystron plays, activating Solfanier.
We haven't seen any tech back row from Soraton yet, I believe.
No, not from this Dark Magician build at least. So far the usual decks actually.
Yeah, so we can only guess what he has face down.
Oh, Razorland says Zarex mic still too soft compared to mine. So
Oh,
I
can
guess
you
I can
fix that?
I can fix that. Alright, let me know if Zarex mic is now better.
Okay, so I'm talking so you guys can post your opinions. Is it better now?
Alright, so the Citri is gonna still soft. Okay, I'll increase it a bit more.
Maybe I just have a soft voice. I don't know.
Gentle, soft voice of Zarex. Beautiful. Alright, I've increased it a bit more.
Alright, stop.
Okay, that's slightly better now. Alright.
We can discuss this later. Uh,
Alright, so Amatrix is trying to crash into the Dark Magician, and that is successful, so he will float into an Crystal Monster in the graveyard, and he goes for the Solfanier.
oh, hey, Kelvin. Cyphora.
Ooh, so he has the Magician's Rod in hand. So far, Jason isn't in a too bad of a position, I can say, because he still can float into any monsters he wants to, and there's no way for Soratun to banish at the moment.
Yeah, he has 2 monsters on board, so navigation is dead. So he's still thinking about searching. Oh, yes. He just asked the navigation.
He
He
has a
wants to.
navigation, but he still doesn't have any room to activate it though. So unless he
Yeah,
has a illusion magic to make room,
yeah, and you can bet that Jason's not gonna make that navigation live if he has a say in
exactly.
it. Okay, so Impact gonna activate.
There's no way for Sorotum to negate the impact, even because he has no Dark Magician on the field. So
Yeah, that was a save.
that was safe.
Christian Impact.
Alright, discards another impact in the graveyard. He might go for a Black Rose Dragon play. No, he's not going for a Black Rose Dragon play.
Okay, so Bryonek gonna come down.
Alright, so he has one card to send back. Oh, he has a Gen X Undying. So he will be able to dump any water monster from the graveyard to the from the deck to the graveyard, adding a Gen X controller to his hand.
Okay, so dumping Twist Turn. Gonna get the search from that.
Going
Okay,
for
so
Orion.
gonna make another Emitrix here.
Putting the Kaiko in defense. And since Jason knows which card is the navigation, he can safely just attack into
Bounce
the
it.
monsters and put the navigation back into hand, clearing the field.
Yeah, good plays by Jason here.
We do see a delay from Soraton.
So we see that he's playing Dark Magic Expanded.
Yeah, so it could have been another Dark Magic expanded, but but then I would think you would have activated already. So unless my eyes are deceiving me, I think I saw a delay. But
Yeah, he put
all
the
right,
Kaiko in depths to play around the Expanded, most likely.
yeah, most likely. All right, so the navigation gonna activate. Circle's gonna banish one monster from Jason's side of the field, targeting the Bryonic. There's no way for him to target the Amatrix because it would only get negated by the impacts in the graveyard.
Yeah,
So
and Jason tops into C3.
oh,
Yeah, SAMD is a nice tool to have against DM since it doesn't care about circle.
exactly.
And he already used the circle effect this turn, so it's safe to go in. But if he attacks, uh, so now no mortal can resist his live.
And let's see what will get hit by the no mortal can resist. And
But he has a SAMD on the field, so I
yeah,
guess he doesn't care.
and this is after the no mortal can resist. Totally balanced, Kappa.
Yeah, just ruin an entire graveyard.
All
Okay, so
right.
Rod effect again. Gonna search for navigation, which he can't set. Okay, so it wasn't expanded, so good call from Jason.
Oh wait, I think the game froze for me. What?
So yeah, navigation is live again if he has a DM in his hand.
Which turn are you on, Zarex?
I'm on turn 11.
Okay, so I think my game froze. I'll rejoin again.
Okay, so it looked pretty good for Jason, but then Soraton just made an expanded play on Rod and got that Samdi off the board.
All right, we'll need a quick. We're gonna do a quick recap of the duel. I'm not gonna say anything because it's too much.
Okay, so I should be silent as well, right? Because uh,
um,
I'm on no delay.
yeah, until I caught up.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say nothing.
All right, so we're turn 4 right now. It just shows how long these Crystron games actually take. Even if I even if it takes this long to catch up.
Yeah, so let's hope we don't have to spectate so many. But yeah, I respect the deck. It takes skill to play, but I don't really like it personally.
Yeah, I can see why. Honestly, in my opinion, Crystron is the strongest deck in the hands of a good player. Like for people like Wayne, like it's just so strong when they play it. So I definitely do respect the deck a lot. Yo, what's up, X-Ray Godzilla?
Okay, so the game has already finished, but I'm not gonna say anything.
All right. So this is where I th- I think we left off
Yeah, now
almost.
he's gonna do the rod play on the following turn.
There we go. Oh yeah, the huge no mortar can resist. Alright, so it was indeed an expanded. Crashes into the Sam Destroyer. Jason setting a card.
Yeah, how
Again,
fortunate it was for him that it was exactly the same attack points with expanded.
indeed. Orion effect gonna activate. Gonna single Shogun with the Fist Fern into a power Insectron. Has to see stealth attack, but the see stealth attack doesn't do anything with no Umi on the field. First one going in for 1500, and that's it for Sonaton actually. So Jason winning against this bad matchup actually.
Yeah, Soraton's gonna move it up. So first win for Krishron today.
These are some great transitions actually.
Yeah, huge shout out to Shadow and Noir for making these insanely nice looking graphics and transitions. And of course the trailer.
So Solaton, unfortunately losing, but he went 3-2,
Yeah,
which
that's very
is
respectable. That's a very great start.
especially against a team like a Tier Zero with it, which has all respectable players. So great job indeed.
Yeah, even going 2-2 is good if you weren't the first one to lose. from the starter. So going 3-2 is pretty nice, giving them that counter pick advantage here. So what would you send in here against this
Um,
deck?
I think I would just try to send another Dark Magician, to be honest.
Yeah, like normally maybe I would go for Element Sabers, but with SSA, that's kind of rough. You need that Dark Magic Circle banishing effect.
Exactly. I mean, if Sabers still could play Cyclones, then maybe I would have sent in Sabers, perhaps. But that's not the case at the moment.
I mean, they could just go like one or two Cyclo and maybe run less Palaces. Some mad lads do that.
Yeah, I
But
actually
I
have
don't
seen
think
that.
anyone is here.
Alright, so we see Andre coming in for the Unforgiven.
Yeah, one of the new players. He was always in like general chat and team wars, but actually he was never on a team. So this is his first time, first game. Let's see what he can do.
Okay, so it is indeed, by the looks like of it, Sabers. So your call was right.
Interesting. Why would they send that?
Alright, so Jason opening pretty strong with the Scrap Recycler sending in the Fist Fern.
This range. I guess they don't know that Burger Trio can't do anything against SSA.
Yeah, I also find it a bit strange to send in Sabers, but I guess they have their good reasons. So
Unless they're running some crazy tech cards.
yeah, like what other tech would you use besides Cyclone to beat
Honestly, I
SSA?
don't even know. I have no idea.
I can't think anything on top of my head right now, so
Just play triple lava golem, I guess. Lava golem element saver, something.
Forbidden
I don't know.
Dress. Yeah, yeah, that's also a good one. Yeah, yeah, the needle ceiling against Tom was indeed very disgusting. I agree. Alright, so you opened with a Palace and Invocation, or Alistair. So definitely a good start from Andre. But Jason's board is also pretty good actually, with a Citri on the board. Jason has the option to chain, so he cannot synchro into Cocytus, but he does not do that, obviously. And he put it in defense, which is quite interesting. But I guess it doesn't matter because he has access to Amatrix, and unless that's not an impact,
Yeah, and he only sets just one back row, so not looking good for the element saber player. You can't really win just by putting cock on the field.
alright, so he goes for the Amatrix play. If that's an impact, and I didn't pay attention because I was adjusting the scores,
Yeah, I'm
then
also
he is in a
this
pretty.
right now.
Sorry?
Go on, continue.
No, 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 go on, go on, go on.
No, I was saying nothing meaningful. Go on.
Oh, nah, I just was gonna say if that's the impact, then he's in trouble. But yeah, and it is impact.
So nice. Zero defense cock on the field there. Yeah, I don't really know what was their thought process behind bringing this deck.
Honestly, I have no idea unless there are, like you said, some crazy text. But otherwise, yeah,
Like they're not even losing to SSA right now.
yeah, they're just losing to an Amatrix impact play, like the standard question plays. So unless that back row is something crazy, like Wall of D Kappa.
Okay, so Jason is thinking about this place. Okay, so he's gonna get a C3. Looking real bad for the Element Saber player here.
Jason has the option to go into a level 7 synchro, and he does go into Samurai Destroyer.
It's funny how the Samurai Destroyer gets the he's getting affected by Yumi as well.
So he does have Orion. Can make into another level 5 synchro.
Yeah, you can pretty much say goodbye to that cock. And his graveyard is loaded as well.
Yeah, he has an impact, so any targeting effects will get negated. And he has the turtle as well. Alright, so there is no leader play coming. Does Jason attack head on? No, he doesn't. He's playing around the Destiny draw.
You hate to see it happen when you inflict like 1500 to play around the Destiny Draw and then they just activate Sorcery Conduit.
Oh yeah, that's like the worst feeling. Feels bad, man. Alright, so he's summoning the Alistair, search for an invocation, goes into an fusion. With no sabers in the graveyard, but he does have the Malo in hand. So it goes for the Purga trio. It's looking really good right now for
Is
Andre.
that game? I don't really want to calculate this.
Um,
So he gets
that's 4300.
yeah, it's gonna be 45 after ditching the Alistair.
That should be game. No, 1900.
But if he attacks into the destroyer first, he will get a like this purge gonna be smaller, right?
Yeah, yeah. So it's most likely not gonna be lethal. I have no.
So he's getting 600 from the three cards on the board. Actually, I'm not gonna calculate it. Let's just see what happens.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bother. I mean, if he has double Alistair, then yeah, it's game for sure. Alright, so that's 2200.
But now he can bring out the C3.
Yeah, he went for the Amatrix first, which is kinda
Oh no, he's going
iffy.
for the Ryan.
So now he can go into a power and Zekrom play actually. So he should have attacked the Sam Destroyer first. So with the power and Zekrom play, he won't take any damage, but he
Yeah,
will
but
be
actually,
able.
we didn't know if it was lethal, even with that play. Did you do the math?
Uh, well, if he attacked into the Sam Destroyer first, it would have
Yeah,
been.
actually, never mind.
It
If he
wa-
attacks them, he can't even attack second time.
yeah.
Never mind. Okay, so it was
Oh.
no game, whatever.
Okay. Okay, so he scoops.
Yeah, the Sam D cocked him there.
Yeah.
If it was any other synchro,
So Jason taking another game with the Cristrons, and Andre may be forced to replay. We will see. So,
uh, I wouldn't replay that deck, but let's see what they.
I mean, they did send it, so it would be kind of weird to not to replay, but I see what you mean. Uh, that's 3-3. So tier 0 tying up the game, and Jason 3-1 at the moment. I need to update that actually. Alright, let's go into the game.
Yeah, no, well, it gets negated, so he can't attack again. Well, that's how it works. I actually wasn't really sure about that.
Alright, so let me confirm if it's actually indeed a repeat. Alright, so it is a repeat.
Yeah. Okay, so you can change that on the overlay.
Uh-huh. Let me see. There's one repeat. Alright, so Andre going into a Kaliga, which is actually pretty good against Cristrons, limiting them to only one monster effect. So Jason has to choose wisely his effects here. Alright, so he opens with the Crystal Smiger. So he will be able to summon one tuner from his deck to the field. And he goes into a Citri. He is able to Synchro Shuriken right now into an Amatrix, forcing out the Alistair in hand.
Okay, so he's trying to force the Alistair. Getting rid of that Kaliga is his main priority.
And we
Is
see
he gonna stop
Phoenix
Chain?
Chain.
Okay, so that's gonna stop Jason in his tracks. So I don't know what his set card is, but if it's an impact, it's useless right now.
So unless Jason has a way to deal with the Galiga, he only is only limited to one monster effect, which is really bad for a deck like Crystron's that like to keep uh, like comboing or popping off their monster effects to establish a board.
Yeah,
So
Andre is chilling right now. He's just
yeah,
trying to get his puzzle pieces. So we did see him set another back row. So he still has two back row to answer Jason's plays through Akaliga. Okay, so he's gonna summon his second copy of C3 here.
and he goes into a level 7 synchro play. Most likely Sam Destroyer, yes.
Yeah, he's getting the Sam D on the board again, which cocked him last move.
The bane of Andre's existence.
Yeah, he's gonna have nightmares about Sam D. Oh, but not now. He's gonna floodgate it.
Halting Jason's Sam Destroyer.
Yeah, he said I'm not gonna get clapped again by that Sam D.
Alright, so Smacker does banish from the field, adding adding a Crystron impact. So that impact will now be live next turn, putting the Kaliga into 0 defense. So Andre might be thinking of putting it into attack mode, perhaps.
So we are witnessing here a classic stall match right now.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate downside of a deck like Crystron's. They are
So
not known for being super fast.
if I saw that correctly, then that Alistair was in his hand already.
I didn't pay attention, unfortunately. So he will be able to make a Cocytus
Yeah, using the
and a Tricks.
graveyard of his opponent.
And he put it in defense again, which doesn't make any sense. Uh, Being that there's a phase down live impact, so that Cocytus defense will be turned into 0 defense.
Yeah, not just that, Kaliga as well.
Kaliga as well. And attacking into the Sand Destroyer, but Sand Destroyer is gonna negate the Cocytus effect of attacking in defense position. So
I
not
actually
the
never seen that interaction before. That's kind of funny.
that is an unfortunate misplay from Andre's side. So Impact gonna activate putting the defense of Gagaris to 0.
Yeah, also his effects are negated now. Wait, actually, let me read the card. Oh, during the battle phase only, so yeah, his
Yeah.
Cocytus is safe. No, that will be kind of broken to make the
Oh,
negation.
oh, you thought it was permanent negated.
Yeah, it's not permanently.
No, no, no.
Yeah, I just read that in chat and I was like, wait, hold on, let me.
Alright, so Amatric is gonna take down that Cocytus, and he is limited to one attack because of Kaliga. Opting not to go for Kaliga. Maybe
He can only
Jason.
attack one monster.
Yeah, yeah, I know. It's more like he could have chosen to attack the Kaliga first instead of the Cocytus. But I
I
guess,
mean, Kaliga
yeah,
also attacks him as well, so
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Hold on. Ik ben even aan het streamen, laat hem even niet binnenkomen.
So he gets an Alistair. You're gonna use the invocation to fuse into another monster here.
Sorry, there was some family coming in.
Are we gonna see the same situation again? Purgatrio on Sam D and Amatrix.
Let's see
Our
if
first.
Andre has learned from his mistake.
The problem is that he can no longer use that Alistair effect.
Yeah, so he won't be able to go for a potential lethal play.
Unless he attacks, he kills his own Kaliga here.
Yeah, crashing into the Amatrix.
So we know what the back row is. That was his
Uh,
very first back row, right? He said.
yeah, that was his first back row set. So it could be another impact. Not that it really matters in this situation at the moment.
Okay, so he's not gonna suicide with the Kaliga here.
So he attacks into the Sand Destroyer first. No piercing damage because of the Sand Destroyer effect.
Oh yeah,
And
actually. Never mind. Okay, so that didn't matter.
no floating from Amatrix as well.
This time destroy making me say all kinds of stupid things. Okay, so finally gonna see the Undyne. We still haven't seen any SSA plays from Jason yet.
I haven't seen it at all yet. That's kind of funny actually.
Yeah, he was
Ice.
just playing Krishrons with Umi to make his monster smaller.
Yeah, that's the only reason why. To throw off Unforgiven.
Yeah, he was like, "Look, I'm broken. I need to nerf myself. I'm gonna make
Alright,
my monster
so,
smaller."
so he attacks into the Kaliga. And if that's a life impact, he will be able to revive the Smyger. But that's about it actually. No way to actually deal with the Burger Trio.
Are we sure that's an impact?
Or it could also be a dead sea stealth flag. But then again,
I
he can
don't
just
think that.
revive it.
I don't think that's an impact.
No, he did not finish chain the Undyne. That would be weird. You know, this finish chain was a chain
He used it
from a few turns ago.
on the Amatrix. He used it on the Amatrix on the very first one, like 8 turns ago or 7.
And we finally do see the Citadel will from Jason. I was like, where was it? So using Undyne and the turtle.
Yeah, so only took him 3 games to make SSA plays here.
And he won't get Floodgate. A Floodgate doesn't target, so he won't be able to negate the Floodgate. And as soon as we saw Citadel, we didn't.
He just showed his head and went back to his cave. So Andre has his battle phase now.
And we see
Oh,
Lapela healer on the field.
oh wait,
Wait,
he just got skipped.
wait, his battle phase was skipped last turn and this turn as well. Did he search? Wait, let me scroll up. Oh
Actually,
yeah, he activated. He
I read the chat
activated.
and they said that last time his battle phase was skipped.
Okay. Yeah, it's a
Yes, but
bother when you're commentating. You have to keep track of if they have a battle phase or not,
yeah, I'm
especially in a
watching.
long day game as this.
Yeah, watching everything at the same time, and I don't know if it was skipped or not. Okay, so he's gonna negate that impact
So it looks like
and
that's
gonna get his C stealth attack online because of that.
all right. So we see a Lancia here coming from Andre, and the only thing that would be affected is the impact, and I think the turtle. Yeah, the turtle. Had to make sure.
Yeah, it's weird how he got baited by that.
Yeah,
Like SSA is literally the biggest threat on the field. See, he doesn't even need well. His SSA is already online with Sulfanir on board.
exactly. So he will be able to easily take out the Porker Trio and also um, dodge Malhu effects. And now he has two Souvenirs on the field, making this even harder for Andre.
And he doesn't even care about the Canadia effect from Olehu. His graveyard is loaded with uh,
Yeah, that is true. Although this turn, Jason got hit by the Lancia, so
oh, he Lancia was used.
yeah, Lancia was used, so Impact is dead, but he has a Citadel Will, so he can still negate a targeting effect.
All right, I didn't even notice there was a Lancia.
Yeah, he used it this turn.
Oh yeah, okay, I see it in the graveyard.
So Malu effect will be activated, targeting the Citadel Will, but the Citadel Will just negate it and destroy this
Yeah,
Malu.
you don't need the impact effect when you have whale on the field.
Exactly. Oh, but we see Phoenix Chain, but he can dodge that Phoenix Chain with the Sea Stealth attack. Or did he already use? Wait. Oh no, he cannot banish because of Lancia. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he can, but
yeah, I forgot. You're right.
yeah, this is all kinds of confusing.
Yeah, that was actually kind of big brain from
I don't think
Andre.
he realized he made a big
Yeah,
mistake.
I
Pretty
mean,
sure
I'll
he didn't.
I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. But yeah, Purgatory are taking out the Citadel Will, and Andre, in all odds, when it was looking grim, takes the W, knocking out
Yeah,
Jason.
yeah. So we thought that Jason was baiting Andre, but in reality, he got baited by Andre.
Damn, the reversed bait. So Jason is out.
But strong showing from Jason. Winning two
Definitely
games.
putting back Terzio on the board after a week. Yeah, an unfortunate start.
Yeah, so this has been an interesting match so far. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I'm
same, same.
enjoying it.
All right, so updating the score. Uh, yeah. So that is 3-2 for Jason and 1-1 for Andre.
So next player from tier zero. Who do you think will come in after
Um,
this saber deck?
I think well, since they are facing sabers right now, I guess something like Dark Magician would be a good matchup for sabers. Oh,
Yeah, it's time to bring in the dog, -1.
these transitions look so clean. Like,
Yeah, or actually MA as well. He also plays DM. I know for a fact that Chris is only playing Thunder Dragons, so he's not gonna be the one to
yeah,
come in with.
Chris is a one trick pony, so we don't expect much, Kappa. No, I'm kidding. Chris is double thunders.
Yeah, Chris is bringing Grid Thunders and Baggy Sleeve Thunder.
All right, so it looks like that -1 is indeed hitting the table.
Okay, so Andre is gonna have to deal with another SSA Krishna deck.
Oh my god! If he didn't already had enough trouble last game,
Yeah, he was like, I had to blow my mind to get over Jason, and now another Krishna SSA deck.
so that is -1.
I mean, I can't really say anything. That's a pretty good counter.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so we see that -1 is opening pretty strong against, oh, opening pretty strong with the scrap recycler, making the usual Christian plays.
But whether DM or this deck is a better counter, I'll let you decide that because, as we've seen in the previous games, SSA didn't really come up
Yeah.
until the last duel when it didn't work and Jason lost the game. So maybe Dark Magician is more consistent. Okay, never
All
mind.
right.
Here comes the
Uh,
whale, so we can see SSA plays here.
okay, so he's doing what Jason couldn't, opening with Will. Okay, so putting the sea self deck from his deck into onto the field.
Bolski already exposing himself in the chat.
Oh, just wait to see what we counter SSA with again. I'm excited to see.
Toledo says Andre has double sabers.
Oh wow, well actually, technically he did double sabers because he already repeated once, so he unfortunately cannot go into his second deck.
Yeah, actually, he's on double sabers. Flip that SSA right away. He's not playing games.
Exactly. Alright, we see one back row from Andre.
Herbo trying to encourage people to cheat in Team Wars. I don't know if I like that comment, Herbo.
Hmm.
Please.
Please someone give Herbal timeout of 5 seconds, please. Thank you.
Actually, let me just do it.
Actually, the guy.
See you later.
Oh my god. So he actually has the palace in hand. And he gonna fusion into a invocation monster. What's it gonna be? He can banish the monsters from his opponent's graveyard, making a Cocytus or a Magellanic, but he still has to deal with a SSA on the field and a Citri effect.
Yeah, most likely you're just gonna go with Cogatus. Anything else is just pretty much game for Jason.
Okay,
And
so he
he's
finally opts to do it in the attack position. Alright, so he adds back the Alistair invocation.
people in chat already giving ideas to Unforgiven to counter SSA Crucians.
Trap eat sabers. I would definitely love to see that. Alright, so he goes into an Amatrix, putting the Cocytus back into defense. At least he tried to play around the impact. Does he have impact?
Did he search it?
I didn't see. I was
Oh yeah, he
adjusting
did.
the score.
Yeah, yeah, he searched it.
Ooh, so making the Cocytus defense 0. Bringing back the Rosenix on the field. There could be a potential, well, lethal if that's Venus Chain, because Citadel Will could just negate the Venus Chain targeting effect, going for lethal. Or it could be a dead floodgate. And it is indeed probably a floodgate, and -1 is going in for a Svig
Oh, sweet.
Rebo. Very, very nice from Andre, saving himself, but he still has to deal with this incredible board from -1. So I don't see any outs unless he rips out a Cyclone.
Yeah, he can just banish the level 4 monster with SSA and then he can't attack into anything.
I see Wayne is a man of culture as well, the gotchi culture. Alright, he goes
Pretty.
into a Purgatrio.
Bro, if this man gonna go anti-magic arrows, I'm gonna flip the table.
Oh my, anti-magic arrows, that would be that would be amazing.
Anti-magic arrows one time. Just
Please.
this one, please.
Ah, no
Uh,
anti-magic arrows.
he
Boo.
doesn't have he doesn't have the Hideki spice.
Damn. The attack is spiced. I think Chris is having some PTSD right now. Kappa.
Why you had to mention that he already forgot it?
We never forget in the streets. We never forget. Alright, takes out the Purgatory with no problem, goes in for lethal. -1, takes out Andre. Making
Yeah.
Andre go 1 and 2 and tying up the score again. 4-4.
Don't give up hope, Hideki. We were gonna see that anti-magic arrows and SSA one day.
One day I will. The person that will use anti-magic arrows, I will give them a sub.
For a whole year,
For
every month.
whoa!
I mean, I'm just giving ideas.
Don't give the
I'm not
wrong
telling you.
ideas.
Yeah, I'm not telling you what to do. Okay, so let's see what they're gonna send in next. So first, they were thinking that Element Saber is a good matchup. Has a good matchup against this deck. Let's see what they have left.
All right.
Okay, so who we have here on the Unforgiven roster?
Let me see. So we have still have left Flash, Markham, and Overload. I'm not too familiar with these players, so I don't know. I cannot really not predict who will um, come in next. Maybe you have an idea, Zarex?
Me neither, unfortunately.
So
I think all of them are like pretty much new players in the community, I believe so.
I think I've seen Markham's name before.
Yeah, I think I saw him with a, VS profile pic, I believe. I don't know.
I think he was still on the Unforgiving Suspects. So if for people who don't know, the Unforgiven, uh, 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 the Unforgiven Suspects changed their name to the Unforgiven, and before that it was the Unforgiven. So it was the Unforgiven to Unforgiven Suspects back to Unforgiven.
Yeah, they merged with the usual suspects, and then in this offseason they got rid of those usual suspect players, or they quit. So now they're back to being the Unforgiven.
All right, so we do see. Um, I believe. Oh, I missed it.
Okay,
Uh,
so let's talk about DDD. What do you think?
Overlord. DDD. I've played the deck a bit, and from what I can tell, DDD is it feels like for hire. So you just splash a lot of monsters on the field with no means of floating or targeting protection. So if they would be disrupted in their place, it kinda is over for them, I could say.
I think
So
I haven't even read like all the cards. I think they don't really have like that strong on-field effects, right?
no, the only real threat could be the Beowulf. This is a level 8 fusion, and what it does is in your next standby phase, you destroy all spell and traps on the field. And yeah, that's about it actually,
Yeah,
unless
so
I'm
no,
missing something.
so they can't remove monsters on the field.
No.
All right, but at least they big.
Yeah, they are big monsters. Alright, so we have Overlord. Forgot to change the name. Top player, top player.
Okay, so he was just
Bottom player.
passing with single set back row.
Alright, so it looks like it's gonna be Ishizu.
Yeah, so it's
Uh,
either Shiranui or maybe Dark Magician, but I believe it must be Shiranui because they would have sent Dark Magician against the SSA deck.
exactly. And even if it wasn't Dark Magician, still think I would prefer to send Shiryu over the E-Sabers against this deck. Purely
But the
because of
thing,
the. No, go ahead, go ahead.
but the thing is, like, would you just set one card with Shiranui? Like, there
Yeah, yeah,
must be
yeah.
more.
Yeah,
Okay,
for
so we're
sure.
never gonna learn what it was, but I believe they still got a repeat, right? So they
Yeah.
can just.
So, on unfortunate brick from Overlord. So, he will lose one deck. So, the score will be now 5 to 4 for the. 4 tier 0, actually.
Okay, I'm glad you learned from your mistakes, Herbo. See, someone actually like learning from his punishment.
Alright. So what I was actually gonna say was even if it was Shiranui, I would have sent it above Dark Magician because Shiranui has some good outs against CSL tech, meaning Sun Saga or the Archfiend Synchro. So they wouldn't be affected by CSL at all. CSL by SSA at all,
Yeah, or you just get some slug on the field.
or Sun Saga.
Okay, so is this a repeat or
Oh yeah, I was a bit too
yeah,
quick. It is a
yeah,
repeat.
okay,
Okay.
yeah, it's a repeat.
So while we are waiting, let me know if the stream quality is good, guys, and I will try to improve for the coming streams.
I think everything is running smoothly so far.
So we're still waiting. Okay, so we're now finally into the game. Oh,
Okay, so let's see that repeated deck.
yes, the last repeat from the Unforgiven. So no more repeats. So if they go 0-1 in the next few matches, they have to do it with the second deck. Oh wait, we see immediately a glitch. Just restart.
Yeah, that's a restart for sure. Don't even need to check the match now.
Yeah, I hate it that still isn't fixed after all these years.
There are a lot of things that needs to be fixed. So
Alright, so it looks like that they switched on me. Alright, so now I see. Now I feel the streamer's pain.
okay, so Overlord improved his turn one by setting another set card.
Instead of one, two.
Yeah, yeah, looking way stronger now.
Alright, so -1, opening pretty strong again with the Gen X Undying, sending the Souvenir to the graveyard. Monkey Boy asking what even is his deck. Yeah, it could be a super brick from Shiranui, or it could be Dark Magician who hasn't had the full combo, which is also a brick. So
If it's gonna be Dark Magician, which is most likely a Dark Magician, I assume it's gonna be super weird because of that earlier counterpick.
yeah. Alright, so he sends the impact to the graveyard, being protected by potential circle, dark magic circle banish. Sham saying in the chat that it's a trap monster deck.
Yeah, Tiki Curse one time, Tiki Pro.
Let's go. Let's see the spice. Trap monsters with Obelix. Well, or you could also it could also be that give and take with the Raw's Disciple deck, that super annoying deck.
Yeah, it's
And
actually it's actually a Witch Raider deck. He just didn't have two back row last time he got the Witch Raiders, and now he has all back row, no Witch Raiders.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh man. So it looks like that we might see a Citadel Will from -1. And there we have it. The one and only Citadel Will hitting the field. Eventually putting a CSL attack in the spell and trap card zone.
Yeah, so -1 is getting that whale consistently on his first turn. And he puts it in defense. So
Yeah, the thing is that he would be able to negate the the CSL attack.
okay, so it was Dark Magician. So can someone explain me why they didn't send this instead of Andre?
Hmm. Uh, I have no idea. The only thing it would justify that bringing was some hidden tech we didn't see. That's the only reason I could see it. Alright, so ups to special summon in defense.
Okay, so uh, he has the navigation but no circle. So okay, so he's gonna switch his Dark Magician to attack position.
Most likely trying to take out the Citadel Will. But we do have a Citri on the field, so he can go into potential Amatrix play, putting it back into defense. And do note that Over still has a navigation in the graveyard, so he could negate the the sea stealth
Yes,
attack.
uh,
Chris saying Crystal's making Team Wars last for 5 hours. FTP Konami.
for das. Why we have to
Foda-se.
watch this? Huh?
Sai fora.
Yeah, puta que pariu, man. Why am I still watching this?
Why Konami? Why? Alright, so
Why?
we do see the Amatrix.
This is all Wayne's fault, to be honest.
Yeah. Alright, so we see the illusion magic from Overlord, searching two dark magicians. from his deck or adding it back from the graveyard. And Dark Illusion will be activated. And he successfully takes out Will.
The funny thing is that if he can get another water monster on field, he can just summon back that well and potentially get another SSA to the field.
Oh yeah, if he plays two, yeah, then one navigation won't be enough to break the combo.
Are they only playing one or multiple? Actually, don't know. I haven't seen SSA. I
Yeah,
mean, Jason did play,
yeah, some do play two.
or it wasn't Jason. It was Andy. Yeah, in the 9 a.m. game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's how he won the game by playing two.
Alright, so this turn hitting the field. And he can go into a synchro play actually, if he wants to. And he
Yeah,
goes
he
for
does.
a level 6.
Yeah, he doesn't need.
Bryonic. Wow.
And he has a lot of cards in his hand to bounce.
That's actually game.
Yeah, if there's no response from Overlord here, this is gonna be game. He has enough cards to discard.
And that's it for Overlord. No Sphere Karibo taking him out. Well played by -1.
To be fair, he didn't really open optimally
No,
of those games, so
no circle, no rod. That is a feels bad man right there. So that is 6 to 4.
but we take those.
Yes, indeed. So 6 to 4 for tier 0. Still, the Unforgiven are not completely out yet. They still have 2 players left, 4 decks. So,
Yeah, I'm actually not sad, Ricky. I just sound like that. My apologies.
uh, so that is 3 to 0 for -1. And unfortunately, Overlord going 0 and 2.
Oh, so Ricky's saying that you sound like a really sad man. Why are you sad?
Am I sad?
Hideki?
Am I sad?
I don't know. Ricky says that it's sad.
Yeah, yeah, I'm actually sad. Not cap. Maybe I'm just a bit tired, perhaps. Maybe
Too,
Crystons is
too
making
many,
me sad.
yeah, too many Krishnan games.
Yeah.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you, my guy.
Uh, Alright, so we're still waiting for the Unforgiven to send the next player. There we have Marcom and Flash left. And the Unforgiving is starting to lose out on some counters to deal with this SSA deck.
Yeah, -1 currently. What's his record? Four and
Uh,
3-0 or 4-0?
3-0 at the moment.
3-0.
No, Virus, you're not high. Well, maybe both, yeah.
I mean, you're always high.
Alright, so we see Markham uh, getting on the table.
So another Ishizu. Okay, let's see. Are they gonna bring another Dark Magician?
Uh, could be Dark Magician. I mean, also Shiranui isn't that bad of a deck here.
Yeah, I think it must be Shiranui at this point. I don't think a team will run that many Dark Magician. I don't know if three Dark Magicians is like too many.
Well, I guess the maximum would be 3 in my eyes. Maybe you have 1 as a starter and 2 in the back. That's what some teams do. Alright, so we see the scrap recycler from negative. So far, we haven't seen any bricks actually from the Christian players on tier 0 side, opening pretty strong.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty consistent deck.
Yeah, you never see it brick actually, almost.
Yeah, opening with SSA and Whale is another thing, but you can probably get that play or just usual Christian's plays
Exactly.
pretty consistently.
Alright, discards the impact, so he will be protected from any targeted effects next turn. Special summoning a Crystron monster from deck, gonna opt for the Rosenix. Oh, Rosenix gonna activate, destroying card on the field. Special summoning a Tune. Gonna go for the Ryan.
Okay, he's gonna go for the level 7 synchro here. Sam D.
Goes for the Sand Destroyer, and that's about it. No
No back.
back row, no nothing. He did discard the impact, but then again, he didn't go for Citri, or couldn't go for Citri. I'm not that familiar, so impact would be kind of useless as a back row.
Actually, does he have a room in his deck to play like any other back row outside of SSA?
Well, we haven't seen any other back row from them. Wanted to avoid CC in a draw phase is what Francisco is saying. Yeah, that could be possible. Alright, discards the Fistburn, activating
Oh,
Souvenir.
we have the second Christian expert in chat.
Yeah, Francisco, being known for topping a lot of tournaments with Chris runs. So off to go for the Smyger. Tom absorbed all their bricks. Yeah, Tom Vidalson was the sacrifice of this game.
Yeah, the sacrificial lamb. It's always the first player. It's always the
Exactly.
first one.
He can potentially go for a um, not a single play, maybe for level 5, but he instead goes for a Citadel Will. But the Citadel will or that Sea Stealth deck potentially might not do anything if there's live navigation.
Yeah, the navigation is gonna cock him for sure, but he still has at least the stamp destroyer on the board.
That is true. Alright, so activates the turtle effect. Gonna banish. Goes for a Citri. Sets a back row.
Let's see if he has an expanded. Okay, so he's not gonna attack.
He is indeed afraid of an expanded.
Yeah, Jason got expanded in his
Oh.
previous game.
Alright, so he does indeed have the live navigation. Probably gonna banish the sea self attack from the field. Yep.
Yeah, get it off the field. Do you think that second set is another SSA or potentially a impact?
Um.
Wait, he searched for it. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. I was scrolling up.
I think it would have been maybe better to banish the impact because it does have a gray effect and he can just negate the sea cert attack.
I mean, I guess negating the impact is also good because the sea self attack will still be on the field though. It won't be destroyed. Alright, so do we see a World Legacy Clash
Oh
from
yeah, when you negate it, yeah, it doesn't leave the field. Okay, never mind.
yeah, it doesn't leave the field.
Yeah, it just has no effect for the turn. Okay,
Wait,
so Sam,
doesn't negate the impact. Interesting. Did I
he doesn't need
miss
he
something?
doesn't need expanded. He just needs to clash.
Oh yeah, Sam was battling. You're right. Yeah. You're right. Okay, so we see illusion magic from Marcom, adding back another dark magician, and illusion is gonna activate, banishing the Citri, but it's gonna get negated by an impact in the graveyard. So he burned one impact. I think he has another one. Yeah. Can Marcom overcome this board?
Do we know the last card he holds in his hand?
Um, I don't think so. Alright, it goes for an Amatrix play, putting all special summoned monsters in defense. Won't be able to get over the illusion, dark illusion though. And first turn is gonna get destroyed.
Okay, so Nagvan is top decking here. He has a pretty good graveyard though. So
Yeah, he doesn't need to be afraid of no mortar can resist at all. So that is out of the question. Adds the Smyger to the hand. So we see the usual Quishron plays we've seen all game, all the war.
Yeah, some souvenir plays. Gonna pop the Amatrix. Get the Smyger back. Smyger gonna pop the souvenir. Search or summon a monster from the deck. So he's gonna go for a Ryan. And souvenir effect again.
So we
So
do now see the Quarion hitting the field.
okay, so let's see if he's gonna successfully resolve the effect.
Oh no!
Wait, was that time limit loss?
I think there was a time limit loss. No. Uh oh. Let me confirm in the war channel real quick.
Unfortunately, all like DC, if it was a DC, it was still a loss according to the new updated rules. So
Yep, that's
it
unfortunate.
it has to be some weird glitch if we want like a restart here or something, but it was not a glitch. It was either a DC or time limit. Looked like a time limit.
Okay, it was a time limit. So we're heading straight back into the game. Um, so that is score to the right. That is 6-5 to the Unforgiven, and -1 is gonna lose one deck. And let me adjust the score real quick. The player
When
scores.
is gonna be? Wait. Okay, so Marukom is going first. -1 with a thicker deck. That's not a 20 card deck.
Hmm.
Is that a Shiranui deck, maybe? I don't know.
Oh, if it is a Shironui, then that's an interesting pair, and it is heroes. Yeah,
Wow, interesting. So, no mortal can resist heroes, I assume.
that is definitely interesting.
I mean, the deck does have many starters, so he can go over 20 cards, I guess, and still remain pretty consistent.
Exactly. Also, all the thinning that the hero deck does.
I'm
So
actually kind of excited to see what kind of decks he has because his deck is little bit bigger, so he must have some interesting deck cards.
yeah, it was 22 cards, right? If I'm correct.
No, it was more actually. Oh yeah, it was 22. Okay.
Alright, so he's adding the Ferris to his hand. Now Ferris can discard any hero monster on the field, and he's gonna discard the Malicious. That's exactly what you want. So now he will be able to put any Vision hero monster into the spell trap zone. Opts not to do that. Instead, he's banishing the Malicious immediately. So I think he opened both increases.
Yeah, that's most likely. You can just say no to that.
Exactly. Alright, goes in with the Stratos. Huge delay, probably from negative.
Yeah, but a good call from -1, pairing the SSA Krishron with the hero deck. Heroes have a very good matchup against this.
So we don't see mass change actually from -1. Instead, in the end phase, Markham is going to activate navigation, banishing one monster on the field.
Yeah, that just proves that he does have the increases in his hand.
Yeah, no Vion increases. And probably I could probably what's it called? Plasma. Okay, so he had the cyclone, banishing the circle, making sure he won't get the banish effect off. Adds back the magician's rod to the hand.
Choo Choo, you can just also sub to Teamverse and have this emote. This one.
All right,
Shameless plug.
seeing this block. All right, so he adds the expanded to his hand. And is looking
Okay,
to clear the whole board. This is now actually getting tougher for a -1 because even if he top decks into a Vion or a Mask Change, it will still get negated. Oh,
yeah,
but
yeah. With heroes, you have to push hard or get like an OTK because then if they survive and still have Dark Magician on the field, they can just negate your stuff. And he's not
oh
even.
wow. So we see World Legacy Clash with Dark Magic expanded, ending -1's little streak. Well played by Markham, making the score 6-6.
Wow, so we have a close war here.
Beautifully played by Markham, making use of the World Legacy Clash into the Dark Magic expanded.
Yeah, so we are seeing a Dark Magician deck which is screaming for Chris to come in and clap him with the Thunder Shadows.
Alright, so we see Tier 0 aim MA coming
Oh, it's
onto the field. Ooh.
interesting. Does MA play Thunder Dragons? We will see.
I think all these guys are capable of playing multiple decks.
Yeah, I'm just
So
saying that I never seen him play that deck on stream.
that
So
is true. He's famously for winning the MCS with Black Wings.
okay, so with Jaden, it's almost like another hero deck.
A
He also has
second
a hero
hero
mount.
deck. I don't know what deck he's bringing.
I mean, it can still be something else, but I'm pretty
Uh,
sure it's hero.
I mean, I
Or
guess
he
I
just
s-
put the match to make him think it's hero.
to throw off the opponent.
Yeah, and it's actually what's his face? That furry deck.
Oh
Forgot the name.
no. Oh, DDD.
Luna Light.
Oh, Lona Light, of course. Yeah, furry deck. Wow. And we see Hey True Nate. Yo, honestly, I need to make a soundboard next time.
Yeah, get down, get that all day
Oh, I need
sound.
all I need all day in here. Wait, did I put Flash 2-0? Oh man, my bad. Sorry guys.
Oh, you jinxed him. Now he's gonna go 0-2.
Oh my god. Yeah. That's true.
Damn, this man not playing games. Mass change right away. That's exactly lethal. Get him.
Wow.
Get him off the table. He's saying that's for my boy -1.
Damn. And AMA sacking his way through the 7th point for tier 0.
Nice, finally some quick games.
Oh yeah, please. Like the next decks should be decks like Hero, Cyber Dragon, maybe Thunder Dragon. Uh, there we go.
So Marukom is back. But isn't his name just Markom? Now he has a U
Oh,
H.
okay, yeah, this is what I got from the referee. So
I think there was a typo somewhere.
okay, I will put it Modicum instead.
Oh no, Jesse.
Uh
Nossa!
oh,
Another Christian.
Nossa. Come on, man.
Oh my god, G. We have to watch this again.
Nossa, mano. Sai fora.
On the bright side, he has a prismatic souvenir. That's kind of bug.
Looks very sexy, indeed.
So we are finally dealing with a transcendent crystal Christian deck here, not SSA.
Oh yeah, that's actually a first. I don't think we've seen any Cristrons from Unforgiven side besides Markle.
Yeah, this is their first Christian deck.
Alright, so Ferris discarding Ferris, adding Crestron or adding Vision Hero increase to the spell trap zone.
Yeah, this is actually a Mark mirror match.
Oh yeah, we have Mark versus Marcom. Lol. So they switched on me, by the way. So I will give them both deck losses and just hurry up to the next players. Kappa.
I mean, Markham X already changed his name to Markham, so
Or I forgot to change it last time. Marcom X. I will do his name justice. Morocco versus Maracas. What the?
what do you
Loser
mean?
has to change the name. Has to change the name. Yep, I agree.
What does that mean, Mako? The 10 a.m. game went 10 and 3 or what?
Alright, goes for the plasma. That's exactly what I was waiting for. Plasma is so good against Cristrons, negating the effects of all monsters on the field, of your opponent's field. I mean,
Yeah, that's a cockaroni.
Oh wow. And if he has a mass change, it's already over. Wow.
Yeah, you thought you were safe, huh?
It's gonna get negated because of plasma on the field. No mass change though. So
I mean,
Markham still sees another turn, but
yeah, but he can't really do much with that plasma on the board.
he can still use his graveyard effects though, so not there is much he can do still. Maybe he tacked in offerings or chalice. Lava golem one time.
Yeah, I mean that's actually a pretty common tech. I've seen it multiple times. The lava golems.
Alright, so Sylvanist effect's gonna activate. Gonna float into a crystal monster. And ends his turn. And now he rips off the polymerization. Going into adoration, most likely. If that back row is not an impact, then it's most likely over.
What are you suggesting, Tom? That divisions aren't balanced? Is that what you're trying to say?
Hmm.
Hmm.
Alright, flows into a first turn. And there we have mask form change, I mean. Going to bring out a mask hero Diane or Anki. I would love to see Diane actually.
So
Alright,
fast. Plasma wins the game.
so it's 8-6 now. Unforgiving on the last player.
Okay, so it was a close game, 6-6, but MA came in with the fast wins, taking lives out there. So the Unforgiven is down to the last player, who is Flash. Let's see if he can bring this back.
And we have Flash in here.
His name is Flash, so he either loses fast or wins fast. Or at least he should.
Alright.
So an awful lot of tonking is going on.
Yeah, I don't think there's much thinking going on right now. I mean, I guess that will mean that both of the decks are not a good matchup. So
No worries, no worries. He was just checking his decks if he has the right cards. I actually did that a lot when I played. I went back like 3 times to check if the I have the same card in my deck
I always do that. I always do that.
or scale or something.
All right. Flash on the table, taking on MA. And we see probably the Mirror or Thunder Dragons.
It's Joey Vila. Do you have the Brooklyn accent?
Oh man, don't do this to me. I don't have it. Joe Willa. I got luck on my side, mate. That's not even Brooklyn.
Do
Starting
you
to
have
sound English.
do you have the voice lines on stream? I actually have the stream muted, so I don't know.
I mean, I can put on voice lines.
No, you don't have to. I was just asking.
Alright,
Okay,
so
so MA is going first. Not ideal. He does have the grid, so
yeah, Grid does save him, but Thunder Dragons is a deck that can splash a lot of monsters really fast. So
yeah, yeah, they can attack, win games through grid. So it could be a hero mirror match. Oh wait, no, it's 30 cards. Never mind.
yeah, it's 30 cards.
Okay, so it must be Thunder Dragons.
Alright, so Mark MA is opening with Stratos into Stratos and ends his turn. So he's most likely just not gonna go all in right now, as he wants to save his resources for OTKing next turn.
Oh, and he opened with the Gold Sark.
Ooh.
That's bad. Let's see that charge of the Light Brigade and put him in the coffin.
Alright, so great start from Flash here, putting the Dragon Dog on the field. And he has the brigade.
Okay, that's GG.
Wow. So he can make a Vermilion. I'm not gonna coach right now, but if he has a Hawk or Dragon Duo already in his hand, then yeah, it's pretty much over. Ik ben van Steam, ik ben bijna klaar. Kom je nog wel? Ja, ja, ik kom wel. Hoe laat? Nee, niet super laat, ik kom niet super laat. 10 minuten? Ja, dat kan ik niet precies schatten. Ja, kom.
Or Recon or whatever. There's a lot of cards to be had in his hand. Okay, so he
Yeah,
has the
there are a lot of options. Yo, sorry guys, I forgot to mute. I forgot that you guys could hear that. Sorry.
Oh, and
Right.
here
Oh
he's back.
my god.
Yeah, here comes the duo. And that's game. That's it, main.
That's it, mine. Flash doing his name justice. Taking out MA in a flash. Sorry for that. Alright, so Flash going 1-0, getting his first win, making the score 1-7.
Yeah, he only has to win 3 games now. And um, Thunder Dragon is a deck that can win 3 games easily.
Yeah, for
And
sure, for sure.
I think like Thunder Dragons wasn't even really popular this week. I barely seen that deck being played on Team Wars so far.
Yeah, I've noticed that a lot of. I mean, in the past few weeks, Thunder Dragons has gotten uh, fewer and fewer representations in tournaments as well. Alright, so MA's second deck is Shiranui opening with the Kazuki, sending any zombie monster from his deck to the graveyard. Strong opening. And so far we haven't seen any of the new decks actually.
That's because they aren't that good.
Yeah. I mean, I guess if Blue Eyes doesn't brick.
Oh, you mean like with the Malefic? The
Yeah.
boss?
Alright, so we see Flash from Gold Sword from Flash, sending the Roar again, special summoning any Dragon Dart or any Thunder Dragon monster in Diva's
Let's see if he
position.
has. Let's see if he has the charge again as well.
No
Okay.
need for Charge Brigade, but he does have the Raiden already. Goes into a Vermilion Dragon mech. This seems like this is a mirror from last game. Almost the exact cards.
He gets a search and he still has 3 cards in his hand. Maybe potentially we can see an OTK even through that one back row, which wasn't being activated yet.
So off to go for the back row, and it is a
Oh, it's going to
Cyclone. So Aimei is gonna be pretty safe actually, because Kazuki will float into another zombie monster from hand. And since
interesting.
Aimei has the Squire in the graveyard, it will get banished and you will have a draw. So he's pretty safe actually right now.
Oh, he's going to use the shuffle effect. Interesting. So that set is most likely a econ.
Banish a Squire will get one draw and needs to discard. Special summons the Spectral Sword. If Aimei draws into another level 2 or has already a level 2 in hand, you could potentially make a level 8 synchro next turn. Asks to drop this Kazuki.
Yeah, it was actually pretty easy to read if it was a cyclone or not.
Yeah,
Like if I just summon like 3 monsters and activate effects without like delay, then I'm sure I'm going in.
yeah,
Imagine
most
being
likely.
afraid. Imagine being afraid of all of the in 2020.
Oh, so we see Lancia from Flash unable to use the Spectral Sword in the graveyard. So he's out of his synchro place, but he does have a Squire. Still not that great of a position for MA though, especially because of that back row. No mortal can resist. It's not that huge of a no mortal can resist. Only the Lancia got hit. So it doesn't opt to go into a synchro Shokan because he wants to have more bodies on the field. Understandable.
So he has the hog.
Oh no. The back row needs to be something good. A Fiendish Chain is probably the best here. And no delay? Yeah, that's an interesting point Choo Choo made. Why didn't he add back the tuner, the Raiden? So he could use Vermilion. But it didn't matter in the end.
Yeah, he had nothing, unfortunately.
So the Flash taking another life from MA, going 2-0, and MA finishing 2-2, making the score 8-8.
Damn, Choo Choo showing no respect for his former team. You hate to see it happen.
Feels bad, man. So we have the final player, gonna be Chris.
What's his nickname again? I forgot.
Chris's nickname.
Yeah,
Something with Pisa or something?
something starts with B.
B. I mean, I think that's a swear word, so. Lucas. Now I said it on the main channel.
Don't worry, Taha doesn't understand.
It doesn't. Ta isn't here, right?
Yeah. The thing is that he's always lurking.
Yeah. Tokfaha.
Hashtag, hashtag Taha. Yeah.
Alright, so we see Chris coming onto the table and
Oh, this man brought freaking Malefic.
no, Blue Eyes, Malefics. There we go.
Yeah, light barrier.
Hideki, you don't like
No,
pizza? Oh
no,
yeah. Oh my god. He actually brought it. I'm hyped for it. Alright, so he opened with the Maiden.
okay, so it's the Blue Eyes Malefic deck.
Oh my god. I'm actually so excited for this right now. I mean, still a pretty good opening. He can negate any targeting effects or he can stop an attack. And he has a back row, so pretty decent opening, if I can say so myself.
Yeah, actually, shout out to Chris for trying to make this interesting for us.
Yeah, after all those Chris Strong games, we hope to see something fresh. But Flash opening pretty solid with the Gold Sark. Again, same play, third time, same play. And we see the Raigeki break coming from Chris, discarding the White Stone of Ancients, targeting the Raiden. So in the end phase, the White Stone is gonna activate and special summon a Blue Eyes monster from his deck.
Yeah, looking kind of promising for Chris here. We're gonna see a back row, and
And
he
since
didn't use. Yeah, he didn't use it for synchro summon, so he just got it back.
exactly. So he special summons Spirit of White, banishing the back row.
Did he forget that he can summon that, or
I
I don't
think
know.
so too. I don't think that was a smart move to set the econ. So now he will be able to go into a synchro play actually. And activates library. Does he have the Malefic in hand? He has it. He has it. There we go. Malefic Blue Eyes White Dragon. Goes into a Synchro Shogun. Gonna go for the Spirit Dragon. Anything in the graveyard will be negated. There's nothing to negate though. So Flash needs to have a what's it called? A Karibo. Oh, he doesn't go for the lethal play. Now he destroys the field spell, searching for Necro Valley.
The sad thing is that he like had game.
Oh, he can still go into a Synchro Shogun.
Yeah, he had the Bryonic play with the Dark and the Econ taken Maiden, but he didn't do it.
Alright, so he gets back the Malefic. So Necro Valley preventing any effects from any movement in the graveyard. No. No Karibo. No Veg. And goes for a game with Bulb. Chris takes it 9-8. Wow.
And Ed was saying that he probably doesn't have Bryonic because he's BR. In that case, he didn't miss lethal.
I mean, I guess, yeah, you're right. So Flash loses his first deck, and Chris going 1-0.
Okay, so we can potentially see the last game here. So Chris's deck is indeed interesting. He has the Malefic stuff and also has the Ancient Fairy Dragon placed to put the Necro Valley on the field. Looks kind of spicy.
Yeah, it's quite consistent in bringing out Necro Valley, I guess.
So he has the Malefic in hand, or he's just trying to check for delays. Oh, and here comes Melody of Awakening Dragon, discarding a card to add two dragons with 3000 attack. And yes, he can search the.
Levianeer and a Malefic. And we see Malefic hitting the field again. Oh, but Cyclone is gonna banish the field spell, and if there's no field spell on the field, Malefic gets destroyed. So very nice play from Flash, but no further plays though.
Yeah, he doesn't have enough fuel in his grave for Levenier at the moment.
Ooh, we see Cyclone from Flash.
HidekiBro,
This
discarding his second copy of Malefic Blue Eyes White Dragon.
and destroys a Venus chain.
Okay,
No
so
mortal can resist.
we can't pop with 11 here.
Alright, so we see Shiranui from him. Opening with Solitaire, special summoning a tuner from his deck to the field. This is actually a very interesting matchup because of the deck able to search Necro Valley.
Yeah, Chris's deck should have the better matchup in this one.
I think if this Shiranui deck was a level Arc instead of no mortal can resist, I think he would have a better chance. But we will see.
Yeah, in any case, he doesn't really have like a lot on the field. He's down to 2k life points, so. And Chris does have an active 11 year that he can summon right now.
Exactly. He has three dark monsters in the graveyard. So he, he uses Sage with Eyes of Blue, searching any light tuner from his deck to his hand. If he has a um, Malefic and a Levine, wait, no, never mind. There's no field spell, so Malefic is out of the question.
He already sent 2 copies of those to his graveyard.
Yeah, I don't think they play more than two, from what I've seen.
Okay, so he's gonna add the Boomer with Eyes of Blue.
And we
And the
see
White
four triple. Alright, so Flash does live another turn, and let's see what he can top deck.
Yeah, but at least he can't get the Spectral Sword effect because he's still on the field. And he's gonna normal summon the Lancia.
So he tributes
Just
it.
yeah, just to get the tuner into the grave.
Very nice play by Flash. And he can still use the Lancia effect for next turn though. Hitting with another no mortal can resist. If Chris doesn't deal with Flash's board right now, he will be in a lot of trouble next turn because of the Spectral Sword and the Solitaire in the graveyard. Alright, so we see Master of with Eyes of Blue targeting the Sage with Eyes of Blue.
Yeah, so he sent that Sage to the graveyard.
Oh, he does have another Sage. Oh wait, he used the Sage. Sorry.
Yeah, he made that play possible because he
Yeah.
sent it to the grave.
So now he will be able to special summon a Blue Eyes monster. And opts to go for the Spirit of White. Alright, so he lives. But now we do have
No
a
mortal
Spectral
can
Sword in the graveyard. So now he has access to a level 8 play or potential level 10. And if it's level 10, then I don't think Chris is gonna win this.
Okay, so he's getting back the Spectral Sword. Already has a level 8 play on the field. Let's see what else he has for us.
Alright,
Okay,
goes.
so first he's gonna just summon the Shogun Saga.
So right now,
Yeah,
there's
there's already,
potentially lethal.
unless he has the OG Blue Eyes in his hand.
Exactly. So people saying in chat that Chris probably has HidekiBro. In a 30 card deck, that's very much possible. Oh, he
Yeah,
does
he has
have the
uh,
solitaire. So he can go for level 10. So Chris really needs a Sphere Creeper right now. Because Sun Saga doesn't target, so he cannot dodge with Spirit of White.
yeah, but even if he does have the Swift Rebo, is there like a way to win? Unless he has some Econ cheese.
Yeah, probably Econ Cheers or Necro Valley into some destruction effects. I don't
Oh
know.
yeah, Necro yeah is good. But still, that's not enough. You have to get the monster on the board. Okay, so let's see. No
No!
Swift Rebo.
And we go into 9-9. Flash carrying Unforgiven in the last steps to victory. Or
And
is
we have
Chris?
another 9-9 game today. This is not
Exactly.
scripted, by the way. Not scripted.
Or is Chris gonna take it for tier 0? Alright, let's jump right into the game.
Okay, so Chris was fast.
Oh, so we see Ishizu versus Ishizu. Is it gonna be Dark Magician? If it's Dark Magician, Chris is in the advantage.
Oh, and we have Heinz Ketchum in the chat. Sup, Heinz?
Yo, welcome Heinz. Alright, so we see a pretty good start from Flash, Guzuki into a level 2. And it is indeed Dark Magician.
Oh, and that's gonna be huge for Chris.
Oh no. That's not good for Flash.
So, was there any response or
Well, the activation has started, but
so are we
there
waiting for the
we're
sugar player or he's searching his deck?
we're waiting for I think no, okay, so we were waiting for Chris, I think. So Chris searching for illusion magic. This tells me that he has the combo. And he's saying he's gonna gamble. So gambling with the circle perhaps.
Yeah, he's gonna thin his deck now and then gonna use it.
Missing navigation. Story of my life. So
And
opt
what?
not to go for circle. Interesting. Well, I guess circle isn't that much needed if you can bring out Kaiku. Because Kaiku is pretty good preventing the effect of Spectral Sword.
Yeah, he just needs to wait for him to send another mon. Oh, and the Cyclone gonna come out. So he's gonna hit the card next to the deck, hit a World Legacy Clash.
Okay. And we do see a Solitaire from Flash. It's actually a pretty good snipe from Flash, making sure that he doesn't have to deal with the World Legacy Clash. In case that's a live navigation.
Not looking good for Chris.
This is where
He's
you
gonna.
now should,
Yeah, he should maybe use it now.
like after this synchro Shokan. No coaching, by the way. I mean, he can also chain it. That's no problem.
Yeah, pretty much. It doesn't banish for cost, so yeah. Okay, so Spectre Sword's gonna activate, targets the Solitaire in response. There we go, the navigation. Gonna bring out probably the Dark Magician and the Kaiku. Okay, so no more synchro plays.
But the World Legacy Clash snipe really hurts Chris, since he has no way of protecting the Kaiku, and it is prismatic, by the way.
Oh, and Illusion gonna come out. That puts two monsters on the field. Oh, and the Void Trap Hole gonna get rid of it real quick.
Techie, did you get a new PC to be able to stream? I actually did like almost 2 months ago. Yeah, that's correct. So it takes out the Kaiku. Oh, can't see it. I don't like the
So
way
now,
it doesn't show it that's prismatic. Like this.
so now he's getting his navigation. So it's live because we know he has another Dark Magician in his hand.
Chris needs some form of back row to protect himself next turn, because whether you like it or not, he still needs to deal with the level 2.
Oh, Dark Magic expanded.
That's a weird combination of setting your cards, I've noticed. Because now we know which one is the navigation
Yeah,
and the expanded.
yeah, I don't know what was the reasoning behind that, but
Yeah.
Okay, so finally gonna use the Spectre Sword effect, and he's gonna get back the level 2.
Yeah, we know Chris has a second Dark Magician in hand, and he can still banish the level 8 if he wants to. But
Yeah, he's
he will be smaller though than the Archfiend because of Samurai Saga's effect.
okay. So that's an easy navigation from Chris.
Anti-magic arrows one time. If of all people Chris would have used, gets hit by anti-magic arrows again.
Bro, that would be so hilarious though.
Oh my god. All right, so soon Shogun Saga gonna get banished, and so far looking actually pretty good from Chris.
Yeah, he has the negation in the graveyard for the back row.
And doesn't opt to attack into the Dark Magician because of expanded.
He has the expanded. Yeah, that's game.
Yep. Unless we see a random Spherical. He didn't attack because he knew that was expanded face down. And that's it. Chris takes it for tier 0, 10 to 9. Very close.
Yeah, good job to Chris and shout out to Flash for making this entertaining at the end.
Yeah, Flash made it look like it was going in favor for the Unforgiven actually.
Yeah, he didn't go down easily. Made this quite difficult for the Tier 0 team. Alright, do we want to have interviews? Hideki?
Yeah, sure. I definitely want to have
Who do you want
some.
for an interview?
I think everyone did actually a pretty good job from both sides. I think I would like to have Chris on here. I want to talk about his Blue Eyes deck.
Alright,
Uh,
let me have. Okay, so overall, close match. It was pretty entertaining.
yeah, definitely. It looked like for a moment that the
It had some funny moments, I'm gonna
yeah,
lie.
especially with during those Crystron games, and because of those Crystron games, for a moment it looked like it was going heavily in favor for Tier Zero, but uh, on the Unforgiven managed to make it exciting actually, and definitely Flash uh, making it exciting as well. Hideki, post what Stevie DM'd you. Oh god.
Okay, so where is Chris?
Can we have Chris, please?
Yo, Chris, are you gonna join or not? mute, and you.
All right, so it looks like we're gonna have Chris in the uh, giving us an interview. I mean, hold on, let me see. It's on my Twitter.
Who joined the VC?
I don't think no one else did yet. Uh,
Oh, he did.
no, I didn't see him yet.
Hello.
Yeah, he's here. Okay, he's here.
Oh, there we have him.
Zarex, I can barely hear you.
That's your problem, mate.
Okay,
Hideki can hear me.
I'll go fucking 200% for you.
Okay, so how do you feel about that win?
Normal win for me.
Try not to be disrespectful. Okay, I'm late with it. Okay, I was late for comment.
It was only natural, bro.
Oh my god.
So
Fair play awards, of course. This
yeah,
game was really hard. Our opponents played really good. Just to both teams, but they never had a chance.
Well.
okay. So yeah, because they didn't play anti-magic arrows, that's why they didn't have a chance.
What?
They didn't play anti-magic arrows, that's why.
Yeah, they needed that anti-magic
Okay,
arrows.
I'm gonna leave it.
Okay, so can you tell us more about your spicy blue eyes malefic deck? It was kind of fun.
Yeah, well, I didn't have enough time to optimize it because I opened the box today. So I just mixed every good card there is for the deck. In the following weeks, I will perfect Blue Eyes.
Okay, so we can expect more blue eyes malefic action from you.
Of course, bro. Undefeated Blue Eyes. I will 10-0 the next team we're playing with Blue Eyes.
Okay, I'm gonna take a note.
That was a nice support. That Malefic
Oops, sorry
is
guys.
really good for the deck.
Yeah, we also seen some nice Necro Valley ancient fairy plays. So yeah.
Yeah, if you open, like, you can easily go for Ascent Fairy now that you can make the level Spirit Dragon, like, consistently turn one, I wanna say. Before it was almost impossible, or you needed to play cards like Mausoleum or Cosmo Brain. But now you don't need to. Malefic
Exactly.
is superior to both.
Yeah,
Okay, so
exactly. Since you also can get it back with stone, with white stone in the
Yeah.
graveyard. That's
Okay, if we had Xyz, we could make rank 8 as well
I was
oh
kind of
by
yeah,
saying.
yeah.
adding it back.
So you are ditching Thunder Dragons now?
No, bro, of course not. I will be a master of both Blue Eyes and Thunder.
Well said, Chris. So, is there what was the mindset actually of bringing Blue Eyes in the first place? Like, well, why against what decks did you specifically had it in
Because,
mind?
yeah,
The
in
reasoning.
TZ, generally, we always have to bring one meme. And if you see our last season, we always brought a meme in our lineups. But for this week, we didn't just bring a meme deck. We also brought a meme player with Tom.
Oh my god.
Made the war a bit harder, but it was all under control. As we had Jason negative anime. Like if we bring Tom, the other four should be like full power. You see?
Oh shit, I need to end the stream real quick. I need to end the stream real quick. It's going too far. No, no, I'm kidding. Yeah, he was a sacrificial lamp of this war. I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah,
So
he also wants to play Thunder, but I keep telling him that he's not qualified for the deck, but he insists.
so Tommy's benched or what?
No. We like memes in TC. We also brought, because we didn't win last season, we decided that we have to win every week with 4 players instead of 5.
Oh
So
my
he might
god.
play it every season, every week.
Oh my god. Well, that
Or
was.
we might change him for a Psychop, I don't know. Like both of these are the memers. If they are extremely lucky, they might get a win.
Well, that was an
And
that was an
I'll bet you
unnecessary shot at Psycho. He wasn't even in a war.
poor man.
Just existing, it's enough for me.
He was just giving you energy in the chat, and now you roast him.
Oh
He
my
dares
god.
to type in the chat, so he gets murdered.
Uh,
Oh my god. Well, I think. Do you have any shoutouts left, Chris?
Yeah, shout out for Stevie, because it's thanks to him that we brought Blue Eyes, because I absolutely destroyed him in testing.
Oh my god.
But after everything, I think it was because he is bad, not because Blue Eyes is good.
Jesus. Oh my god. Oh man. Well.
Yeah, I tested then Blue Eyes versus Edu, and I destroyed his soul as well.
so, so, so that's why Stevie is not playing that often.
We are also excited to get Fair Play Award again this season.
Alright, any mods, please cut the stream. Cut the stream real quick.
Thanks everything. Thanks the referees. Thanks everyone, every organizer in Team Wars.
Yeah, keep going, keep
Okay.
going. Get it.
Yeah.
Thanks Hideki for casting this awesome game with awesome plays, awesome techs. Thanks everyone who watched the stream, all the inferior players. No, I'm joking.
Oh my god.
Only Herbal is trust.
Alright, so Stevie is asking me to show me something.
Yeah.
Is it suitable for the main channel? That's all I need to know.
Yeah, bro, it's just a meme with Tom and Needle Ceiling.
I mean,
Okay.
show it to me.
Okay.
What's this? This is the best goodbye clip.
Okay, let me see. Yeah, I'm still a little bit of a Streamlabs noob, so bear with me, guys. Oh, let me make it a little bit bigger.
That's what she said.
Can you guys see it? The video?
Yeah, if you, I can see like, I can see Chits reply.
Oh. Wait.
Are you
What?
playing the video? Because we can't see it.
Oh, you cannot see it? What the?
Yeah, we only see the Twitter on the screen.
Chit.
And how about
It's
now?
not Chitsi, fucking wise.
How about now?
Nothing changed.
Man, I'm such a
Scroll up. They are
I'm
shouting.
I mean already scrolled up all the way up.
What the
Then
fuck? The bar is not.
Wow.
Scuff streamer. Let's roast him too, Chris.
No. All right, so guys, thank you guys for watching. Um, I'll try it another time. Just
Yeah, it's okay.
I'm a
We
bad
only had
streamer.
one.
You're friends with Tom. You have the same brain cells. You can't do it.
Oh,
Fuck
shut
off.
up. All right, let's end it. Let's end it right now. Are we gonna host somebody?
We only had one job, Hideki. Only one job.
Get out of here. Man, stop roasting me.
Thank you all, my friends. Thank you all. You are amazing. Everyone is amazing.
Yeah, thank you for having this
Okay.
interview.
Yeah, we
My
can.
pleasure.
Yeah, thank you for joining us, Chris.
Thank you for being so lovable, guys. Amazing.
Alright.
Get the fuck off. I'm out.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Alright, I'll end the stream. See you guys later.
Bye.